I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Peter Somerville, Town Councilman.
Mary Michael Dark, Town Councilman.
John Dolce, Town Supervisor.
Randy Bates, Town Councilman. Councilman.
Victoria Baker, Town Clerk.
Okay, audience comments. Yes.
Hi, I'm Margaret Kelly. I'm with the Good Cause Theater Company
Hi.
that's been doing the play in Rensselaerville at Conkling Hall for over 25 years now. And it's kids. We do it in about a week. It's mostly volunteers. We have a few paid staff. We pay a director and a producer. But I just wanted to say thank you for the BOW grant, the QR Foundation grant, and just sort of put a face to our organization a little bit. My own children, who now are 29 and 2, started out when they were 4 and 7, I guess. And it's not just about theater, it's about self-confidence. You know, if you could get on a stage and sing and dance, you can do anything, maybe be on a town. But I just wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate being part of the town of Rensselaerville and helping the kids out and being part of the community. So I brought some copies of our final report, just 2 copies. I think you probably already received that, but there's a couple copies there, and
Thank you.
just wanted to say thank you.
No, thank you.
Good. I'll share this later.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, any other audience comments?
A misunderstanding in our contract over, I don't know, Tom got a hold of you, Brian? Yeah. Warren, Dusty, and Kevin on their vacation time.
Yes, he talked to me about the contract and those days, and I have those days from Carolyn. And if you want, we'll have them right here. So if you want to go over it afterward, I can go over it with you. But bottom line is unless the 2 guys or 3 guys that had said that they were missing a day have documentation of theirs, the only documentation we can look at is through paychecks and through our records. I have their days, they're not missing days. So I'm not sure, nobody has yet been able to tell me exactly what day of the year that they missed those days. I'll talk to you afterwards because of specific days on specific employees. As the union rep, it's not really for the public record right now, I don't know. But I have those numbers with you. And then, so my advice, and I will talk to Tom, would be the employees are gonna have to show, like, do you get accruals on your paycheck stub, about how many hours you have?
Yes, but this was 8 years ago. They were going by the contract that was dated prior to me.
So we can only go back to 2020. So somebody's gonna have to come up and if I have to come over here with Vicky and look through we can only go back to 2020. So then 19 and 18, that would be the 8 years ago, are in the records there that we're gonna have to look through and see how many days they were given.
I have no idea.
My question to Tom was, that was 2018, like now 2026, we just realized 8 years ago, we missed a day.
Well, no, because they were going by the previous contract that they shouldn't have been going by. Because you're supposed to get a day every 3 years, they had to wait from year 5 to year 10 to get 2 days.
Yeah.
Where now it's year 5, you wait 3 years, you get another day.
Okay.
And
Well, again, we're probably gonna have to go back in to look because for 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
it's only retro 1 day for 1 year.
And I'll tell you that the numbers that I look at right now, I believe that Warren and Dusty got extra days that they shouldn't have got. So, I want to make sure that you're clear, the union's clear, and I know Tom, I was crystal clear with him. I have no problem making it right. I'm not just gonna recommend to the board that we're gonna give an extra day, because then anybody can say, oh, I missed a day 7 years ago, and I got approved. All I want is to be able to show, and if I can show that he's missing a day, then I'm pretty sure nobody up here is gonna say, we're not gonna give him a day because it was 8 years ago. Maybe we gotta do a little extra work. I'm absolutely 100% behind supporting guys and giving them what they owe, but I wanna make sure that I can show it on paper, otherwise we're just giving out a day. So, and then the other thing was with the contract, as far as there was a clause in the contract that didn't get put into the new one. I talked to Tom about that, and John he said that John was upset, and he failed to tell me that John, you and him had a conversation and said, hey, why don't you go talk this out, and before I sign it, make sure we're crystal clear on it, and everybody was crystal clear, and then he left and went down there and called him back and said,
Well, I was under the assumption it was only for sick time, and it was not. It's for sick and vacation time.
okay,
And then the guys down there.
right. He was upset that John was upset, but I have to side with John a little bit. He asked if this was what you wanted, and then, you and the union said yes, and then they didn't. I have no problem personally, but we'll talk about it amongst the board. It was in the contract. I actually told Tom that I thought it was just sick time too, but I clarified with Carolyn that it
There
is
was a section
vacation.
that he was supposed to take out wording,
Yes,
and he took out more than we should have took out of it, but
vacation.
it was an honest mistake on his part.
Understood. So-
Rich, but again, not to beat this to death, but I wanted to really be clear. And we had this conversation because we want to be on the good side of everybody. And my problem is, what happens 6 months from now? You're gonna, I don't,
That's the only thing we found in the contract.
but I promise you, that is gonna be the end of it. Okay, in 6 months, if you say, oh, this guy forgot one sick day, I don't want to talk about it. So my point is that, please, we're a team. You have to review the contract. You pay this guy, Tom Benton, big money every month, and you know that. It comes out of your paycheck to represent you. He had no right to say, oh, I forgot this. Oh, it's my fault. That's your representative, not my representative. You understand? And I just don't want to keep going. We can't keep going back. It's just, that's not what a contract is. A contract is you sign it, this is what it is. An honest mistake that he forgot to put in, that's on him. Or that's on you guys. It's not on me. And it's not fair to me or the town board to say, oh, by the way, I forgot this. Could you imagine going to court of law and saying, oh, I forgot this? It doesn't work. And I'm not being strong on, I want to take care of you guys. But you're paying this union to look out for you? You know damn well he didn't look out for you. We were supposed to sign this at the end of December. It's the end of February. So he probably didn't even read that contract. And you're paying him whatever it is a month. What is it, 500, 600, 700 a month for you? And they're not representing you.
I think that,
And that's strong words, I know.
I think for the protection of the town, we're fine in as much as if we're gonna do that on an already signed paper, that you can just make a motion, so that anything in the future would have to come to the town board anyways. It's not, you see, they can come back, but we could deny. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. They could come back and I want to deny it either way.
Correct. We have.
I don't
that.
want to discuss it. I don't want to talk about it.
I know you don't want to, but we do that with a lot of other people that keep coming back and talking about things. It can be brought up, but we just, it's No, we're not gonna.
I feel like if we agree to this, we're setting a precedent where they're gonna come back whenever they want and say this or that or the other thing. I have a problem with that. But this is audience comments, it's not a final vote or discussion, but I'm just telling you, I wanted to put my
Are you
2
gonna
cents
stay
in.
for the whole meeting? Okay, let's meet after this so I can go over this with you.
Any other audience comments? If not, I need a motion to accept the minutes of the February 12th meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes of the February 12th regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Okay, budget modifications and transfers, there are quite a few. So, different than other towns, we do our budget modification and transfers at the end of the year, so we know exactly where we stand. Because if we keep changing, you know, as every week, we never know if we're on budget. So, ask Ryan to explain the budget amendments, if you.
Okay, the first one is general fund. There's a bunch, about 20 or so accounts were just over. Most of them just minor amounts that we saw every month in the budget reports. And we're taking everything from contingent and sales tax because, again, a lot of other towns, what they'll do is all the other little accounts that are still under budget, we'll raid from those little by little and put it in. But that doesn't let you see which accounts were over. And if you've got the report here, the packet with the budget amendments, like on page 2, you can see, if you want to see which accounts were over, you can go down the year-end budget amendments, and you'll see that's the budget amendment column is the second one. That way, when it comes time for budgeting next year, we can look at which accounts were over and explain to us, what was the problem? Was it our budgeting wrong, or did they just go over budget with spending? So,
I have a question.
Yep.
About the building insurance.
building insurance,
We
we're supposed
budget,
to allocate $15,000 in the budget to the highway fund to pay the building insurance. But the way,
for their vehicles?
no, for the building, we never allocated the bill because the building is the general fund's responsibility and expense. So the building insurance shouldn't have been charged to the highway fund. So we never charged it over there. That would be the extra $14,862.
But should not have been charged to the highway.
Should not have been. That's why the general fund is over, highway is under.
Okay,
Because, we own the building, even though the highway operates out of it. And then the other big ones there is down the bottom, 8160 accounts, the refuse. I know you've talked with Jason a lot, you know why they're over. And then there's a second part, if you look down there, the transfer to the highway fund for the hospital medical insurance. What happened there, our total budget for the whole town was $394,000. Put 143,174. But the general fund had 251,000 allocated, and they only spent 153. So what we're doing with that part is we're transferring over the money from the general fund, unexpended, insurance, moving it over to the highway and bumping their budget up. That was just a matter of not allocating enough over to them during the budget. Last in 2024, when we did the 2025 budget. Then you go to the highway fund, and if you look at their budget transfers, there's the corresponding transfer in of the 31,000 for the medical insurance. And then the other part right there was simply Jason allocated too much to the, what do you call it, the winter, not enough for summer, so we're just taking some summer, or some winter payroll budget, moving it to the summer payroll budget.
Transfer to, transfer from.
The water and sewer, there was just 2 accounts were over the consultant lab. They had plenty of money in their miscellaneous account to cover that. And the same thing in the sewer treatment officer, consultant, and electric were all over a small amount. And they had plenty in their miscellaneous expenditures that weren't spent to cover that. And that's about it for the budget transfer.
So, in the general fund, Brian, we had 25,000 in contingency and we had an overage in sales tax.
Yeah, we were over the sales tax, and that's why we're taking it from there.
And to balance this, we're using all the contingency?
Yeah, use it right up. And then the remaining amount comes out of the sales tax, which we brought in $175,042 more than we budgeted.
Right, from 700 to 875.
Yeah.
And when we're using 31,000 of the 175.
Yeah, the sales tax.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, a lot of other towns will take, $50 from this account, $100 from it, and it really messes the budget up because then all the other people that were on budget look like they just spent right up to the limit.
The reason why I don't like to do budget transfers during the year is because we don't know then if we're over or under.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of times when I see it in all these other towns, they'll overspend and they put some more money in there, then they come back the next month, they overspend again and they keep on doing it, so. Right here, once they overspent, there it is in the budget report, and then they tend to stop spending when it's at the town board meeting every month, showing that they're over. At least they better have a better excuse for it.
So Brian, it says transfer to, what is that total? 87,410?
Yeah, it's just a meaningless transfer, just a
Okay.
total, just to make sure that it all adds up. We're not transferring 87,000 to any particular account. It's just a math check at the bottom.
Okay. You guys have any questions about that?
No, it looks good to me.
All right, so,
And in total, all the funds were under budget with their expenditures.
so do we make a motion for this or we just
I think so.
And we just sign it.
make a motion to accept the budget transfers and we'll sign individually?
Yes.
You just have to I make a motion.
To approve.
You want to read it, you read it out already. Usually we read it from what account to the other account.
Yeah.
Is it in there?
It's right there, the whole thing, huh? You wanna read the whole thing? All 25 accounts?
No.
So then, can we just,
Make a motion to,
Accept the budget transfer.
I'll make a motion that we accept the budget modifications and transfers to equal out the lines for the budget.
as per our town accountant,
Yeah.
Brian Fitzgerald, put his name on it.
For the general fund and the highway fund.
General fund and highway.
And the sewer and the water, there's
The
a
sewer
sewer.
and the water.
Yep, and that's
I'll
it.
second that.
I was just asking because usually we read out the lines that it's going from and the lines.
Yeah.
that it's going to. So that,
Maybe 2 lines.
for
Just halfway
the
through.
sake of everybody's sanity, if you have questions.
Okay. Secondly, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And I'm gonna pass these around for signature. Okay, once again, I'll make a motion to pay all signed vouchers and bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On the old business. You want to read that, Brian?
Sure. Which one?
The Bow Grant
Bow grant
application?
application deadline is February 28th. Special meeting will be on the 3rd at 6 PM when we will open the grants. Request for disbursement will be made to the community foundation after the adoption of the resolution of the town board approving the project and the amount of money requested to be dispersed by the fund in conformance with the decision and order issued by the Honorable Peter L. Lynch, Justice, dated October 18th, 2024.
Okay, we're just reading that, no big deal. The Tight and Bond contract. The town attorney, I've communicated with him, and he has no issues with the contract. And he recommends we sign it. I thought I had an email here from him. So, let me just find the resolution. Okay, here's the resolution. Town Board of Town of Russellville approves the contractual terms and conditions between the town and Titan Bond and hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute the same. And is further resolved, a copy of the contractual terms and conditions are attached here too and made a part of. John Dolces and I, Pete Somerville,
Aye.
Randy Bates,
Aye.
Mary Michael,
Aye.
and Brian Wood.
Aye.
Okay. We're good, Jerry.
All right, thank you, fellas, okay, and ladies, okay.
Okay, the water district bond. After going back and forth for quite a while, I have finally received paperwork from Oric to extend. We just got this today and I didn't read it, but it's to extend the $80,000 bond, and we just have to pay the interest March 12th. I believe, because I haven't got a straight answer from them neither. I feel like a dentist. I have to pull teeth to get any information. It's incredible. $25. So the only thing I'm gonna need a motion for is to extend the renewal for the water district bond.
So the intent of extending the bond is so that eventually this can be paid with the grant for the
Yes,
water district.
yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but technically it's a ban. The bond anticipation, no, it's not a bond yet.
Okay, bond anticipation, no, correct. We don't, maybe the next meeting I'll have more information to present.
Yep.
And we could vote on that then.
Yep.
Okay. Next two important things for me are the overhead garage doors. I'd like to, Randy, that has award the overhead garage doors it was only one CNR overhead garage doors for $34,317.16 for 6 new doors.
You want to make the motion?
Yes. I'll make a motion to accept CNR overhead doors to replace the 6 highway garage doors for $34,317.16.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Good. The next thing is the waste oil heater.
Thank you, folks.
See you.
Thank you. I got it.
So, last time we talked, this waste oil heater, is $30,789.92. We had some questions about the warranty. So this is the warranty. 1 year parts and labor, 2 years parts, 10 years on the heat exchanger, 5 years full and 5 years prorated on the heat exchanger, up to 2 years on parts. 1 year warranty is standard. Second year warranty requires a product registrations be within 30 days of the receipt, which we'll do. The chimney, I had a question on. So we're gonna use the existing chimney, but the whole piping is gonna be new. Even though they charge us for one section, the heater comes with a couple of sections. So that's a relief. That'll be all brand new. And I asked what the evacuation package is. The tank is 10 feet tall, so this evacuation package, you'll be able to suck the oil from floor level up 10 feet and into the container, as opposed to somebody going up there with a ladder and pouring it in. And that's it. So I'd like to get this accomplished soon, so I'll make a motion to accept Total Tools proposal. Put a new waste oil tank in, 1,000 gallon tank plus a new waste oil heater, and everything associated with that for $30,789.92.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, guys. That's a relief to get that done. And Brian, we need a 60-day extension, correct?
Yes.
To file the annual financial report. So I make a motion to authorize Brian Fitzgerald to apply for a 60-day extension to file an annual financial report.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Vicky, didn't executive session on here.
Sign back.
Just on the back.
This is the back.
Oh.
Okay. My secretary, well, my clerk is not taking care of it. All right, so we need to go into executive session to discuss union business. Is that the right terminology?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
Union negotiations.
huh?
Union negotiations.
Union negotiations. Okay. I make that motion. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other audience comments before we go into executive session, which will be really quick?
Can we do just one thing? I just
Sure.
want to bring this up. We talked about having like capital improvement plan, like a 5, 10, 20-year plan. Now we just spent like $60,000 on garage doors and the waste oil heater. Doesn't seem like we're working toward the 5-year, like we're just continuing nickel and dime. Can we really into that this year and try to come up with a plan on what we want to do with the town building instead of $20,000, $30,000 purchases, $50,000, $100,000 on blacktop? Like, let's just come up with a plan. If we have to bond something to do a big thing, so that we're, and maybe you guys think we should just keep nickel and dime, and it's better in the long haul. But I feel like we don't have a plan. Like, we want to do a waste oil. Do we have money for it? Sure. feel like we need a plan to look at what the town building is gonna need. We talk about space, I'm just not saying we're doing anything wrong. I just think that responsibly, we should probably do a capital plan of what. We got plenty of time to do it. Budget's not for, not even be this budget cycle. It could be, you know, but if we don't, we're never.
We're never gonna do it. All right,
All right.
you wanna talk to Rich so he doesn't wait for us?
Fine, we're not gonna be in there that long. I don't think it's gonna take that long.
No,